everybody's insured. It depends on whether you are insured formally or informally. My name is Johannes Kitaka. 95 years is not a short journey, and when everybody is looking at you and thinking you are 95 years, you can just imagine of the expectations, given that 95 years is a long time where many generations, many changes, both around the globe, around the country, regionally, technologically, and even the population composition across the world and the country has taken place. So you can just imagine the expectations that come from people. But we are 95 years old. But I think we just need to remove old and say we are 95 years young. So we are a young company that may be 95 years old. Yeah, if you look at the commencements or the initiation of the first assurance company in 1930 as Prudential, and the subsequent changes, 2015 sale to Barclays, and 2018 Absa Bank acquiring the shares from Barclays, and today we're actually talking about so many generations for that 95 years. I think the most defining moment was it 2000, when everybody was expecting all computers to crash, and the next day there would be nothing taking place in the markets globally. But the company still woke up and found the desktops working. But I think the biggest thing I can say is the customer loyalty. We have customers who have been loyal to us for years. We have been brokers. We have brokers who have been working with us for very many years. We have been having banks, agents, reinsurance companies. So our partners have been there for us. But again, the agility of the company to transit from one generation to another, from one technological change to another, that's what has seen the company to be where it is today. Okay, First Assurance is a mid-tier firm or insurance company playing the top 15. I think we are around number 13 with a 3% market share. 3% market share is not a small percentage, because we are talking about returning premiums above 6 billion, having a lot of customers, serving over 20 brokers, having over 400 insurance agents, and we are present in the market. If you look at the last 2 years, I think cumulatively we must have done slightly over 10 billion in the 2 years. That is not a small amount of money. Number two, market share, we have remained around 3%, given the growth in top line is basically based on retention and new business acquisition. If you look at the insurance industry, contribution to GDP is around 1.5%. You compare that with banks, which is around 5.6%. So insurance market is not massive as such. So the growth numbers do not fluctuate significantly. During the same period, I think we have paid almost over 10 billion worth of claims. Again, that's significant amounts of money going to the market, to our customers, to the industry. We have also paid significant taxes to the government in terms of levies, in terms of income tax. Our service levels have remained significantly high, with over 95% customer satisfaction, and also the customer loyalty has remained above 30%. I think let's demystify insurance penetration. If you look at literature, and this is my personal contribution to the market, everybody's insured globally. Everybody's insured in the country. The question is whether people are insured formally or informally. The formal insurance penetration has remained 2 to 3%, sometimes 3%, for a very long time. And that's because most of the populace is insured informally through personal relationships. We have chamas, we have associations where people come together and they contribute to unfortunate happenings. We also have the traditional setup of the African society where we are socialistic, and therefore their urge to go for the formal covering of risk is actually not there and it's not significant. So my personal view is that for us to increase penetration, then we need to go to that layer of informal insurance covering and try to monetize it as much as possible. And this can be through working with chamas to see how we can make their ventures sustainable, because they are usually short-term, working with the funeral groups. Instead of them contributing monthly or by event, then we work on premiums. They need to contribute annually. So there is scope actually, but it's not in the traditional way. It's breaking the barrier between formality and informality, and it can be significant. If you look at our products, we have products to corporates, we have products to SMEs, we have products directly to the customers. Recently, there is the emergence of aggregators. So the chamas will be serving as aggregators. They will collect the premiums from their members, they buy the policy, then they transmit the premiums to the insurance companies. So that is possible, but I think it will take time before the chamas and their leadership discover it's cheaper to be insured than to do the monthly or the contributions per an eventuality. I think in the last 3-4 years, we have been shining in the industry. We have participated in quite a number of industry competitions. And just the year that we are in, we participated in the Think Business Awards. And I think we came out with one of the highest award counts. We won in being the best in claim settlement. We won in the customer service. We won in innovation. We won in fraud detection and prevention. We won in corporate social responsibility. And I think that has been sustained for the last 3 or 4 years since, if I can just shortly talk about our journey in the last 10 years or so, we have been moving from a highly manual company to a highly automated enterprise, where we went through our processes, they were fully documented, and then we did process reengineering, whereby any lapses and duplications were removed. And after that, we fully automated those processes. Thereafter, those processes were embedded into our core system. Once they were embedded in our core system, then transaction became quite easy because we have workflows, we have document management systems where everything goes into automated files. And currently we are able to scan the social media and pick any complaint coming in that space, and even in our emails. And we have a central landing page whereby all the complaints are automatically allocated to specific colleagues who follow it up and settle. So in that landscape, and where we are today, where we are busy looking at availing our core system to our customers through portals and the self-service capabilities, then when you do a survey in the market about first assurance, then you are bound to come up with the recommendations that have made us to win the 6 awards we won this year, 6 last year, and the years that preceded that. I think when you look at where the world is, and with the change in population mix, where a huge chunk of the population is Gen Z and Alpha, those guys are completely in the social media space. And therefore, the way to get into them is through the availability of the self-service portals, where those portals are fully integrated into our systems with the quotation agents and the capability to make payments of premiums. Secondly is for them to get the products that they need for their needs. And thirdly is actually to enable them to make money out of the products we have. Because many times we go to the agencies and offers looking at them as customers, but we can also look at them as partners, where they can become distributors of some of our products and earn commissions and incomes as they sit in their homes. So we are almost done with our 5-year ICT strategic plan, where we came from what I've described as almost fully manual to a highly integrated and digitized enterprise. We are actually at the point where the next few years we are deploying artificial intelligence and machine learning across all our functions and processes, so that we can avail the same to our customers. So this will be a highly automated enterprise, and the processing will be system and technology aided all across. So once we do the AI, the final step is use that to be able to develop products for our customers after observing their trends and their behaviors, and also to bring in our finally a CRM that can now check the level of engagement with each customer and what they may be missing from our portfolio, and be able to engage and avail the same to them. I think if we just take a step back, I said everybody's insured. It depends on whether you are insured formally or informally. So the issue is bringing them to the formal set of insurance. And currently we are actually participating in a program by Africa Re or ZEPRI, where we are insuring the livestock sector, which is actually, I think, donor funded also. But when you look at their asset portfolio, they have their animals, but they are also the people who need medical. They also have houses, they also have schools. So they have a lot of portfolios that insurance can be deployed in. The children in their schools, they need a personal accident cover. These people need medical cover. Their livestock need to be insured, which is something which is available currently in the market. Right now we are not participating heavily, but we are participating through that partnership I've talked about. So their portfolio can be insured. Some of it is being insured. But I think what is missing currently is comprehensive education to that sector of the population, so that they can appreciate what insurance does. Currently, we are working on a few strategies, and Basically, we are working with aggregators who can go to the micro level and act as aggregators. We are working with the professional associations. Currently, we have a program with ISPAC where we are providing insurance to the various accounting firms and their owners. We're also negotiating with many others. But I think it's a long-term, 5-year, given the current dynamism in the market. It's a long period to predict. But I think every year you will be seeing us coming to the market. Tanzania a few years back. And if you look at what happened recently in one of our neighboring countries, I think there's a lot of cautious evaluation on where to go. We are business people, and it must make business sense depending on the structure of their population. And you have to understand that the people who buy are middle class. So any country where the middle class is not growing cannot be attractive. But where middle class is growing, that is always an attractive front. But you cannot overrule regulatory and tax laws in some of the countries. Because where you invest, you need to be able to repatriate your profits to the shareholders who are not resident in that country. In First Assurance, we have two businesses. We have medical and we have non-medical. On the medical side, our medical card is similar to one of the high-end credit cards. You show it in any medical facility and you'll be treated immediately. We look for reasons to pay for claims, not reasons to decline claims. Number two, we have a 24-hour integrated customer call center. Wherever you get stuck, you're able to call in and you'll be helped within prescribed TATs that we measure online and on a continuous basis. Our team is available 24 hours to be able to service our customers. When you look at the non-medical side, which is motor and the rest, we have a dedicated team that follow a process of assurance. If you get an accident today, you have the option of calling a scene accident manager who will arrive immediately and help you manage the situation. You can also call a towing company that will come in and tow your car to either our center or a garage of your choice. So we have service providers we have onboarded to make sure that our customers are served within the shortest time possible. All that is tracked, and we have dashboards that anything turning red is escalated and followed up for resolution. I think we are completing our 5-year strategic plan next year. And we are coming up with a new 6-year, 5-year strategy, which should take us beyond the 100 years. So by the time we are celebrating 100 years, we should be in our 4th year of a new strategy. Given where we are today, we are looking at a highly digitized, efficient company that is fully integrated, highly profitable, and where our staff, our customers, and our other stakeholders, for example, service providers, hospitals, garages, and all that, are happy to work with us. I say today, if you go to the internet to buy motor, you are able to buy motor while you're seated in your house. Get a quote. That quote you can convert to an invoice. That invoice you can accept it and make a payment. You can also choose actually a valuer to come to your house through the internet. Once you make payment, the sticker will be sent to your inbox. You print it and put it in your car. If you get an accident, you call a towing company, and at worst, you can actually call an accident scene manager who arrive there, take control of the situation, and restore your peace. I talked about the medical side. Our card is actually highly valued card, where when you show it to any service provider, they'll treat you because they know they'll be paid. But that's backed by our fully integrated customer service call center. That call center is not manned by anybody else but nurses and doctors. So they understand why you are calling, they understand your situation, they are able to tell you whether you're in the right hospital or not, and they're able to arrange your treatment within a given TAT. If I take you down to our call center, you will think it's empty, but our agents can pick their calls from wherever they are, from their houses, wherever they are seated. They are fully integrated. But we have a metrics that we are monitoring on how many calls are following up, how many calls are being answered, how many calls are being transferred to the back office. And more importantly, that integrated call center is within. We control it. You don't have to call somebody from elsewhere. I think the regulator comes in to safeguard the policy order interests. And these policy orders are our customers. But just to be able to provide the policy order with an assurance that the money you have paid to the insurance companies is being managed well. And in case you get a claim, the company that you are insuring with is well regulated. Our regulatory environment is more of compliance. I think my desire will be going forward where we would have more partnership in exploring how we can deepen the market and grow the contribution to GDP of the insurance sector. When I come back, when I'm 80 years, I would love to see a company which is highly integrated, highly profitable, growing in top line, growing in market presence, growing across the country and across the region. This is a brand which is well established. This is a brand where the ethos, the ethics, the values are strong enough to grow. Thank you so much. I think, apart from being the Chief Operating Officer, which is it's a nice title, but in essence it means Kandaya Moko. This is the guy who fixes everything, from the watchman, the sweepers, the canteen, to highly technical things like AI and the rest. But outside that, I'm a father, I'm a church member, I'm a societal man. And what I believe in is you can be human in executing the impossible. Being iron-fisted may not give you whatever you want, but involving people in the process, in allowing people to be free to talk to you, allowing people to feel that like they connect to your heart, that will take you far. But what I usually say is, anybody who does not know their destination, whatever the stage they found on their way, is an alighting stage. They have arrived. So vision clarity is always important for every person. Thank you.